Hi, everybody. It's Kathy Vick, and I want to come to you on a special day. Today is the 13th, and it's been a really tricky time. The solar flaring has been profound. The energy delivery has been to ground. There have been massive changes, and I have been reminded of what was told that, the ease of this the ease of this transition is proportional to how much of your personality structure you want to hold on to versus get rid of. And, if you're totally married to your personality structure and your daily life and your routines and your habits, well, then there you go. Enjoy that. And if it's all based in love, well, then enjoy it a lot. And if it's not, oh boy, aren't you going to have some fun? Crash, crash, crash. And I'm glad I did my work. Pushed and pushed and pushed and pushed myself. How far can I go? How far can I go? 111. How can I push this envelope? I want to keep going. 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 And now I'm kind of standing here going, okay, well, I went pretty far. I'm finally at peace with how far. And I really can't be touched by a lot of the things that used to tickle me. I've done a lot of work when it comes to lately, when it comes to karma, power, and free will. Those have been coming up a lot. That, karma is basically the theater of free will. Karma is when free will is taken or subjugated or manipulated or seized. And some people would say, well, karma is just when bad shit happens. All right. If you dig a little further, you're going to find there's a power gradient that's off, and you're believing something that isn't true. And you're either overpowering and overriding someone else's free will, or you yourself have been overridden and either haven't noticed, or more likely, ding dang well what's going on, but you're putting up with it for goodies. Aw, aren't you cute? Aw. What kind of shit do you have to go through to get your goodies? Yeah, some people have lots of things happen because that's the only way they can get goodies. I could point you to the abuse cycle if you wanted, and the addictive quality of rage and fear and panic and insecurity. They are such magnificent drugs. Self-pity, well, that's a good one. That was my drug of choice. So, that theater leaves very little to the imagination because it's pretty black and white. And I've had these really amazing meditations. I want to tell you about this one. I got to tell you about what it was like to dream, though. It's so pretty. There was narration going on the whole time last night. It was so pretty. And then I was seeing things, and I was seeing colors that I'd never seen before, but I was playing with them and creating with them. And I was being shown with geometrics the timing of things, and oh, it was so lovely. And then Today I got the opportunity to take a couple of baths right in a row. It was fun. And I had this meditation. And I'm realizing that really this is honestly about going from black and white to color full time. And it comes down to seeing myself as a big sun. And it's so pretty. And so in this one meditation, I had seen my last lifetime kind of as this big, 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 pretty sun that could not light anything up except very dimly. And what I did light up was this like Victorian aged cemetery with people there who were sad, in mourning and in black and sad. It's like, ew. Is this it? And then today, as I was in the bathtub, I understood yesterday was all about I am not you. I am not you. I am not you. I am. I am that I am that I am. I am that I am that I am. I am that I am that I am. I just kept doing that. What's that about? And then today, this beautiful sun. And I saw, that cemetery. It just magically just transformed. It was suddenly a beautiful green day. Beautiful, beautiful, happy day. And I said, then I remembered, oh yeah, it's just like the Matrix. Oh wow. You gonna argue with how beautiful it is? No, just be grateful. Just be grateful. So it was a really, really nice time, and the meditations have been very strong and beautiful and allegorical and metaphorical and spiritual and all that. Isn't that nice? So I come to you today because I'm going to be going to the doctor. I'm submitting myself to allopathic and surgical care. And I've been a little worried because it seems like the doors are like wide open. It'd be easy to walk through some of them. Hell, when you're under general, that's one of the easiest times in the world. You're already out of your body. Just, that's an easy one. No brainer. But I don't know. I understand I'm going to be here a little while longer. And this isn't the end of it, even though I feel scared. So I'm going to go in and present myself and explain my situation. And actually, if I have a good clinician, I'll walk out of there with a script for Neurontin and Oxy. I don't know how I survive this pain, and I know when I finally get to an orthopedic surgeon, they're going to say the same thing. It is not possible. It's so jacked at this point. So jacked. So it's past time to get help. And so this is my very first. I'm on Medicaid now. It's my first appointment with a GP, and I'll get a referral and hopefully get some medicines and be out of pain for a little bit. So I may be out of commission. I may not be very. I'm very careful. I don't come here if I'm altered, unless it's through spirit. So I don't come when I've drank anything, even a drop, and I never come after I've had any kind of pharmaceuticals. I'm not running right. So why would I do that? So I don't know what kind of shape I'm going to be in as this goes forward, because I need to take care of myself now, physically. It's the weakest link in my realidad. And I understand more about the metaphors and the symbology, and I was pretty pissed about that. Really, really kind of pissed. I would not use my body to make a point or to move a story along. Ew. And yet, this is so much a part of it. I've been hurting for about 10 years. And 3 of them I've been on bone, practicing while I have bone arthritis in my hip joint. And now it audibly cracks when I change positions, so it's not livable. If I were a building, I'd have a little condemn sign. So I'm gonna limp in with my little walker and say, hey, you wanted a real deal patient? You wanted somebody who's actually like straight up in need of the things that she's asking for? Here you go. You're gonna have fun. So I know that the clinicians will be lovely and I'll be having a really great time and everything's gonna go good. And as far as everything else goes, it's just it is what it is, and we're doing okay. It's very hard for me to keep waiting. I don't like to wait. And it's felt like a lot of this is just waiting, and I'm sick of it. I'm sick and tired of waiting. I've just been waiting a long time. And then I have a meditation like I did in the bathtub, and I realize, well, the wait's over, right? Come on now. I am that I am that I am. In the bathtub, that cemetery just turned into a forest. And I really feel like I can see in color. And I really kind of wasn't. At least for the last couple days, it was very, let's tie things up and put a bow on this, just get it over with, huh? So, 12/12. There was a lot that had to be worked out and understood, and I'm smart enough to know that when those things are going on, I don't talk to people that much. It's not a time to talk to people. Nope. It's time to figure things out. And then when things are figured out, it'll be time to re-engage with people at a better, clearer level. And I won't be engaging with the pain as much, and they won't be engaging in mine quite so much. And it works out like that. So I've laid kind of low socially the last few days, appropriately so. And now it's going to be a little bit different for a while. So it is what it is. It ain't what it ain't. I want to mention just about the hurricane just for a sec, because I noticed it that very night that I was recording, the night it was supposed to come in and make landfall. And I was noticing 2 very different realities. I was noticing a really, really, really black one that was very dire. And another one was emerging that was very much softer, more gradual, and more full of sweetness, of softness. And I understood that especially in Florida, there were a lot of light workers who moved there. There have been some changes in a lot of people's lives the last couple of years, and some people were moved to go there and stay there. And they were in place for the hurricane. There were a lot of light workers on the ground. There were a lot of light workers helping. And I could see it one day as I was driving. Afterwards, I saw there were we who were not there, who were really focused in love and in awareness, and we were, funneling a lot of light. And there are people on the ground. That's how it works. And it used to be just the angels talking to us, but now we're talking to each other. Now, wow, that's really, really, really neat. Greg Prescott of In5D took a picture of the Tampa area, I think it was. I think. And there were clear skies on the satellite thing in a heart shape. And I saw that, and I saw so many other things that made it plain to me. Yes, there are going to be lots of people who are going to be inconvenienced, and some are going to suffer very, very profoundly from this. Yes. You think people are going to be called to move now, to change their location? You better believe it. It's one way to shake the grid up. It just, to me, it's pretty beautiful. And now, and I know the next time there's something like that, I don't have to just stand, in Denver somewhere holding light. I'm going to be talking to my friends. Because there are people like me on the ground there, wherever it is. And we can help each other. Isn't that awesome? I'm getting shivers all over. I like it so much. So, I want to tell you that what I kept seeing, it was just really distressing to me. I never said the words, but what I saw was a wall of water about 8 feet, 12 feet, 20 feet. It was big. It just went right over Florida. And then after that, I saw the ground, and then I heard silence. It was very distressing. That didn't happen, and I'm really glad. So, I don't think it was bad to check in. But I noticed that the media, all the coverage, the 24-hour, yakety, 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 yak, as I was viewing things, a part of me was rooting for the storm and for destruction. And I realized at that time, that's the mentality. They're hooking into you and talking to you about anxiety, not being safe. They think they're doing a public service, but it wound up being a hypnotism of, and I felt like gypped that it wasn't as bad as it was. I thought that was very interesting too. So I'll end by telling you something that I like a lot, that I encountered just a couple days ago. And I just think it's so great. Well, maybe it was just today. I think maybe just today. These beings who are most definitely here, come on now, who are really nasty ass creatures. I know them. I've done battle with them. They're nasty. They stink. And they stink the joint up. They just make messes wherever they go. Ugh. Icky energy. Well, I've heard a lot about these creatures. Even today in a different tape on near-death experience they came up. But I like what I heard today. I heard somebody refer to it as the third party. I like that. There have been triunes everywhere today. It's been really pretty. The healing has been so intense, and it's all been based in the three. And then I hear that third party and go, well, yeah, that makes sense. It does. And there are people who know about these creeps, and there are those who don't. And if you're one who knows about them, then you have some energetic chops. And if you don't know about them, there's shit going on that you don't understand. And if I told you about it, you wouldn't believe me. You gotta stumble on this stuff yourself. Some do, some don't. And I stumbled right into their presence when I was a kid. They don't bother me anymore, but they did for a long time. They knew where to find me and how to find me, and they knew how to fuck me up, and they did. They enjoyed it. But I put them down in 2012, and I don't play anymore. They know not to come around. And I know not to be afraid of them anymore. But let's just say I know them well enough to know their weaknesses now. And the one thing they never want to be seen as is weak. That's a weakness. And I know their Achilles heel. They're very potent energetically, but they lack the quantum engine that they covet. And they're black-hearted as a result of their choice not to experience it themselves. It's their choice. But that's not what this planet's about anymore. And so their time is nearly up. It's not like humanity is at a crossroads and bad things might happen and that everything will be lost. It's not like that. Critical mass has been reached. The light quotient has been reached. It's just very good to know what you're facing when the lights come up. That's all. I'm very, very pleased with my work. I'm pleased with my life. I'm pleased with my expression, and I'm excited about the future. And more hopeful than I had been for a while. So I'm gonna go get taken care of. I'm gonna have someone take care of me now. Isn't that nice? I think it's high time, don't you? And then I will be back when I feel it's appropriate. But now I have to go within and take care of some business. It may take about a month, but I'll be recovering very soon. All right, well, I think that's about it. I'm crawling with cats. Can you see? God, they love this energy so much. And I hope that you are having warm, fuzzy things attached to you and love on you. I hope that you're being reminded of your power and your strength, of your cleverness. You came here with a purpose, you know. It wasn't just to pay bills. It wasn't you're not here just to get crapped on by your spouse. And your kids and your boss and the government. And sometimes that's what it feels like. I didn't come here to experience limitation. Well, if I'm limited, then maybe I could be okay with this for a minute. So, I've come far, and I've come back, and now I find myself here, giving it away, because I'm just built that way. And I'm going to go wake up my kid and get him ready for our appointments and start the next phase. I'm ready. I'm finally ready. I've been grinding an axe or nursing a hurt. Not grinding an axe, but nursing a hurt for a really super long time. And it's nice to finally have that hurt tended to. And to feel it dissipate. So, I don't know, creating this field in the bathtub was fun. Going from a little ball of energy to this bigger thing, to bigger thing, to bigger thing, to bigger thing, being able to see as I'm doing it, first my neighborhood, then my city, then my state. Whew. I sit in the bathtub doing that, realizing, well, I accept that I created this with my hands in the bathtub, and that this isn't a protective shell. It's something that's full of grace from the inside out. My oh my, look how big it is. Look how deep it goes. Look how high it goes. And there are really no boundaries, no limits. So, all right, my freak flag has flown high enough for one day, I guess. I don't know. To get to the place where there just aren't words. I like that place the best, actually. You wouldn't think so since I'm a writer, but it's where I have been for the last few days, and it's where this comes from. And I will begin to translate my reality into physical matter now with others. I'm about ready to re-enter the fray. But it's different now because I am that I am that I am. And yes, sure, I might be another you. Sure. But I am not you. I am that I am. That I am. That gives me a lot of peace. Well, I'm also Sam's gonna use my hair as a canvas. It's gonna be purple and lavender and pink. So you can look forward to that too. 27. Okay. I could go on, but I feel complete and I'm happy. And I hope that you're happy too. I really do. Say a lot.